So a lot of improvements have been made with technology in the last 15 years, but one thing that's always baffled me is one thing that hasn't improved, and that is the success rate of technology implementation plans. So over the past 15 years or so, several articles have been written saying that between 67 and 75% of all technology projects fail. And I've always been just astounded by that. How can that be? We know that technology is important. How can we accept such a low success rate? And Forbes has an article that mentioned that up to 75% of projects can be successful, but 50% of those projects require massive rewrites. Well, one thing that we've learned in 2020 is that we can't tolerate failure with technology anymore. Technology is essential to being able to be successful in the current market economy. So we need technology, but so many times it's failed. How do we finally be successful with technology? And the answer is always with a strategy. If you don't have a strategy, you are going to fail. We've all heard this old saying, a failure to plan is a plan to fail. That is absolutely true with technology. And Forbes did a market research to find out what was the leading cause of technology failure. They found that 3% of the failures were caused by technology. Only 3% of all technology projects that failed because of technology. 97% failed because there wasn't a focus on business, and there wasn't a focus with a clear goal on what processes were going to be improved. So when I go in and talk to a company and start building a strategy for their success, the last thing I do is talk about the technology. The first thing I do is talk about their core business processes, their support business processes, and their management processes. Because we need to know what we're building, how we're building it, and how we're monitoring that process. And once we understand what the processes are and how to monitor it, then we can start looking at technology and understanding what technology items can really elevate that process. The fact of the matter is, any technology that's being implemented without a clear plan to associate that with a process, any technology that's being implemented for any other reason than improving your process, is going to fail to meet business goals. I've had many times clients call me and say, should I be using artificial intelligence? Should I be using IoT? Should I be using big data? Should I be using the cloud? And my answer is always, never implement technology until you understand your process. Once you understand where those things could fall into the process, we can model out what the process should look like and what it would look like with that new technology and calculate a return of the investment. Then we can know if we're applying it in a way that's valuable to your business. It sounds funny coming from a technologist, but I never recommend applying technology unless we know exactly what the business impact is going to be. A lot of times companies come and say, hey, I'm afraid to apply technology in my company because as soon as I apply it, it might change. Technology doesn't change as much as it evolves. And we can very clearly know when it's time to apply new technology if we look at the calculated return on the investment and look at the impact of the process. Because very simply, if we know what the return on the investment is going to be, we can determine if it's time to apply the technology. Never apply technology just because it's there. Only apply technology because it can elevate your business process.